Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the minimum and maximum mode. It is in the topic of Unit 2. So first of all, we want to know what do you mean by minimum mode and the maximum mode. There are two basic configuration. One is about the minimum mode and the second one is about the maximum mode. First, we will discuss what is the general description about the minimum mode. So minimum mode in the sense it is in the name of Mn/Mx bar equal to VCC. So we are going to give the power supply. So already we people are familiar with that in 8086 we have 40 pin diagram. So in that the pin number 33 which is called as the minimum mode and the maximum mode which is connected to the plus 5 volts. Pin 24 to 31 which are used as memory and IO control signals, and the control signals are generated internally by the 8086 or 8088 microprocessor. Here it is about the cost efficient one. And we discussed the description about the maximum mode. The maximum mode Mn/Mx which is connected to the ground. So the same pin number 33 which is connected to the ground, and then some control signals are generated externally by the 8088 bus controller chip. The maximum mode is used when the math processor is used. Okay, first we discuss about the minimum mode configuration. The minimum mode 8086. We are going to discuss about the 8086 microprocessor system. So now here the 8086 which is operated in the minimum mode by the Mn/Mx pin which is connected to the plus 5 power supply. So that is the logic will be equal to 1. So in this mode all the control signals are given out by the microprocessor chip itself. For example, we have the memory and the IO system, read operation and the write operation. So what are the transit type according to the truth table values? So if the input value is 1, then we are going to perform the IO read operation. If the input operation is 2, then we are going to perform the write operation. If the value is 101, then we are going to perform the memory is going to be read. If the value is 110, then we are going to perform the memory write operation. So here we will discuss about in the minimum mode what are the basic components. So there are 4 basic components in the minimum mode. One is called as the latches, second one is called as the transceivers, and the third one is the clock generation, and the fourth one is about the memory and IO devices. So first of all, we want to know what do you mean by latches. The latches in the sense it is nothing but it acts as a buffer. So already people are familiar with the term the buffer, which is nothing but a temporary storage area and which is connected to the D flip-flop. And here main thing is which is going to separating the valid address from the multiplexed address. It is going to separate only the address from the multiplexed address. And next we discuss about the second component of the transceivers. It is a bidirectional buffers. Also it is called as an amplifier. So it is used to separate the data from the multiplexed address signals. The third component is about the memory storage. Here mainly which is it is a storage area, the memory in the sense which is all dealt about with the storage purposes. And the IO devices which is a communication with the processor. The clock generation generates the clock from the crystal oscillator. So now we discuss about the block diagram of the minimum mode 8086. So here first which gives about the signals, okay, IO control logic, and then here reset radio operation, and then radio operation will be here which is connected to the plus VCC volt minimum mode pin, and then we are having the memory read operation, write operation, bus high enable, address latch enable, and then there are totally 20 address buses will be here, and then data enabling, data transfer or read operation will be placed. Multiplexer will be here, latches will be here, transceivers will be here, and then the IO operations here. This is the block diagram of the minimum 8086. From there, so only we have discussed about the 4 components. So these are the minimum mode signals. AD15 to AD0 stands for the address and the data buses. A19, this was called as the address and the status bus. And then RD stands for the read from the memory, ready signal. memory slash IO, select the memory or IO operation, write operation, address slash enable, data transmit or receive, data bus enable, bus high enable, interrupt. This is for the non-maskable interrupt, reset, and then interrupt acknowledge, hold request, holding the acknowledgement, test pin tested by the wait instructions, and then MN slash MX stands for the minimum and the maximum mode. This is for the clock, and then VCC it is called as the power supply, GND for the ground signal. So these are all about the minimum mode operations. So thank you. In the next class we discuss about the maximum mode operation.